The Belair Lip Bombs are an indie rock band from Melbourne. Since forming in 2017, they have released their formidable debut album, Lush Life, as well as becoming the first Australian act to sign to Jack White's esteemed Third Man Records. I sat down with Maisie and Mike from the band at their Sydney album release show to chat labels, sophomore albums, and more.
I love these little things. They look like the Queen's Guard.
The what?
The Queen's Guard.
Oh yeah,
That's what they look like. Do you know what I mean?
it's like no one's ever said that to me before. That's pretty good. Belair Lip Bombs.
How's it going?
Hello.
For those who may not have heard of you guys before, can you introduce yourselves?
I'm Maisie.
I'm Mike. And we are the Belair Lip Bombs.
We're from Melbourne.
Again, came out yesterday. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me about how you went about making this album following the success of Lush Life.
So it was a bit daunting because we got the Third Man backing, and I feel like it was a very big deal. Like a lot of people like talking about it, like the first Australian band on Third Man. So I felt like there were like eyes on us, which is cool. It was really cool, but it's also like the pressure's on a bit. Like people are going to see this. Unlike Lush Life, we just like put it out on our own time, took it as it came. But yeah, it was a bit of pressure, but pressure forms diamonds, I think.
You mentioned the Third Man signing. Can you tell me about how that came to be?
We played South by Southwest in Texas early last year, and we did one of their showcases. And then we went on to do The Great Escape in the UK a few months later. We met up with their like London team, and we just like got along really well. They were really, really into the band, and yeah, it just sort of all happened from there.
It must be an insane feeling.
It's cool, yeah, and they're so supportive. Like, I mean, yeah, it's like our first like label experience, so we don't really have much to compare it to, but
yeah, what's it been like being on a label with such repute as Third Man? Like, you know, huge pedigree there, some insane label peers.
I know, yeah, we're very lucky to be amongst everyone there. It's great. Like, they're just like really into the band and really into the music, and they let us do our thing with again, they didn't have too much like involvement with the like creative side of things, which was, I think that's like all you can really ask for with a label, you know.
Can you tell me about some of the influences on the record?
Having put out Lush Life and sitting on that for like two years, listening back to Lush Life, I was just like, oh, I should have done this differently. You're your own worst critic. So I went into this record like trying to do as much as I could, like from the get-go, so I wouldn't have to do that. I feel like we really found our sound. We just pull from so many influences, and it's like feel like a good artist just steals, but you steal from so much, like you can't. No one can really pin it.
I guess like we all have like similar but also like quite different music tastes. So everyone's kind of has their own sort of influence. But biggest influence is probably like a lot of like 90s stuff like on, and also like 80s stuff on Mike's like guitar, Mike's guitar style. And then like heaps of like early 2000s indie rock for some of the songs like Hey You. And then like a couple of the songs we tried to like pull from like more classic rock like Rolling Stones. On tracks like Don't Let Them Tell You and If You've Got the Time. There's a few different bands that we've all been really into.
As a listener between your two albums, I've heard everything from Paramore to Pavement.
It's cool like being able to blend different influences together to make something that's not saying that we're like reinventing the wheel at all, but
just showing how well it rolls, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got a really cohesive sound, but it seems like everybody brings their own distinct style to the record. How do you balance everybody's creative visions?
The way we write, like usually Maisie has like some sort of riff or something, and she comes into track and shows us all, and then we all like work together and put our own stuff into it. Like if you couldn't tell, I like Johnny Marr. So yeah, like I just like do whatever jangly thing over the top of what Maisie's written, and then Jimmy will just like fill in whatever weird bass line he'll think of, and Dev will just like lay down his groove. Yeah, I feel like we're pretty good at being creative within each other. Like we'll say, oh, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that to each other. Yeah, I feel like we bring out the best creatively within ourselves.
I think like as well, because we've been a band for quite a long time now, like we all we can sort of give each other criticism and not take it like personally. Not that we're like ragging on each other ever, but just like when we're jamming, we're like, oh, maybe you should try like this, or I thought that was a bit better. There's no like big personality or anything that anyone's. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, totally. Like it's all done together, kind of in service of the work. Rather
Exactly.
Than
Yeah.
as a personal. Like,
totally. And again, like I said, like we've been a band for a long time now. We all just have like really strong kind of creative chemistry. So it kind of just works.
I first saw you guys play opening for the Pixies here in Sydney just under a year ago, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
What's the journey been like since then?
Pretty hectic. About to go to Europe for the second time this year. Just came back from America 3 weeks ago. Yes, I feel like, especially now the album's out, it's just full speed ahead, and we are more than willing to do that. We're seeing where this takes us.
You've done Europe earlier this year and since gone to the Americas with Spacey Jane. How's the feeling changing in a live setting between tours?
It's definitely a strange feeling being on the other side of the world, and people say they've driven like 5 hours to come see you and like sing all the lyrics to like a song that came out like 3 weeks ago or something. That's like the best part of it, I think. Performance-wise, we've definitely gotten a lot more comfortable on stage, especially doing the Spacey Jane tour. That was like 2003 cap, 3000 cap venues, like theaters. So yeah, doing that every night. I feel like you're kind of used to it now. It's just
Sharpens the sword.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of awkward being up on a big stage. I feel like I'm still not used to that part of it. But yeah, we've definitely gotten tired of live, more comfortable moving around. We're pretty awkward on stage, and we're all like awkward people in general.
That's not my impression, but I'll take it from you. Tell me a bit about your own sort of musical tastes.
I've literally talked about this on every interview, but my favorite band at the moment is Geese.
Mine too.
Really?
Oh, dude, I've just been...
They're so good. They're so good. I first heard them when 3D Country came out, and I just like fell in love. When I heard that record, like it's so funny. Like when I was like, in my early teens, I would like fangirl over like bands and stuff. And then as you get older, you sort of get over that a bit. But like this was like the first band in like so long where I've been like, oh my God, like I'm obsessed with them. And like now they've just like totally blown up. Like obviously Cameron went to put out a solo record, which was amazing. And the new record is like unreal. So a lot of Geese. Also been listening to a lot of Big Thief lately. The new record is really amazing. Cool Sounds, they're a band from Melbourne.
So good. Saw them at Meredith last year.
Did you?
Loved
How was
it.
that?
Incredible.
They're
Like,
sick.
They're so goofy and fun.
Yeah.
Just like
The music
they're just having a great time.
Yeah, and the music is like goofy, but not in like a goofy way. Like it's just like really cool. And they're supporting us on our Australian tour next year, which is
sick.
Sick. Yeah.
So good.
Really excited about that.
I've been all over the place recently. Got back into Kiss since I was like little, because rest in peace Ace Frehley. But yeah, I was on like nostalgia boat. I was just like, damn, these songs are actually good. I forgot how good they are. On the flight over here, I was listening to Swans.
Wow.
Like it's good reading music, believe it or not.
Is it really? Holy shit.
For a Western book.
Yeah, true. Which record?
The Glowing Man. Nice 2-hour record for a 1.5 hour flight. A lot of 90s stuff, like Meat Puppets I've been getting real into. Like they have like real cool guitar work, like real jangly like guitar interplay. Porno for Pyros I only just recently got to. I didn't realize I was the singer from Jane's Addiction.
And one final question that I ask everybody that I interview. If you could play me any album, what would you play me?
Maybe a new record that came out recently, Burn Over by Greg Freeman. Have you heard it?
Yeah, love it.
Fuck! Everyone's really into like the sort of like Americana revival at the moment. And yeah, Greg Freeman just has like a really cool, interesting voice that's like actually kind of reminds me of Steve Malkmus at times in like a weird sort of country-esque way. I think that's my pick at the moment because it's a great album and he's like feels like he's like gaining a lot of traction at the moment, which is cool. And we've actually seen him, I've seen him live a couple of times.
Oh, whoa.
Which is, I feel very lucky to have been able to do that.
Is that one of the benefits of sort of constantly touring the world?
Yeah. Pretty much. Saw him in London and also at South by last year.
Sick.
Yeah. Great artist, great record.
I guess the Dark Side of the Moon. I reckon that was like the first album I listened to in full where I was just like...
You probably haven't heard that.
Who's the band?
AC/DC or something. It is a perfect album, I think. I think that's what they put on that space shuttle. Oh, not probably not. It was like Beatles or something.
Wait, space shuttle stuff.
When they sent like a capsule full of stuff into space for
Yeah,
aliens.
exactly.
It's just like such a cool concept. And like for like when it was made.
The production is pretty unreal.
Yeah.
For the time.
And it's just like there's some class like money, time, and it's just like it's perfect. It's perfectly executed, I think. Aha Shake Heartbreak. It's just a classic album. Kings of Leon's best. Wish they would go back to that.
Also a bit like Americana as well, that album. Yeah.
Yeah, there was that early 2000s period where they were really on a roll.
Yeah, all the songs are so cool. Like What a Voice. And they're just like catchy rock songs. It's like rock pop. It's like tough as, like all the riffs and stuff.
Yeah.
Maisie and Mike from the Belair Lip Bombs, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.